Switching. Okay, everybody. I promise I'm unmuted, and it's episode 18 of the podcast. We actually, I do think we have quite a bit to talk about. I added some stuff last second, Spoon, so you're gonna get a little bit of a surprise here,
Okay.
because I did see
I
some
had,
of the stuff you put on there. But
yeah, I had a couple things too, but
okay. Oh, did you add more things after I added some?
no,
Yeah.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
not after this morning.
Got
Not
it.
after this morning.
Got it. So today we got some good stuff. At least I hope we do. I hope everybody's having a good day. Got some various different topics. We will be talking about Marvel's Avengers again, but not the game itself. But not the game itself. So fans out there who are tired of us crapping on that game, rest assured, we will not crap on the game today. It craps on itself. So let's quickly do some highlights regarding our introduction. And I got two things for the introduction today, so bear with me while I get that ready. Hopefully it's still working when I say, there it is. Look at that. I got it working still. Okay. So the YouTube, I'm still posting some of our videos on there. I posted the most recent podcast VOD up there a couple days ago. If anybody, check that out, or if there's anything in there that you thought was cool, let us know. But again, the posting will be reduced for the next week. Next week, I'm hoping me personally can get back into actually doing video editing and working on uploading those videos. But I've been super busy this week, and I personally will talk about that in a second. But yeah, just if you're watching these on Twitch, if you're following us, on our various different places like Discord or Twitter, just be sure to subscribe if you're already not. We obviously really appreciate it, and it does go a long way for helping us, get some exposure. Before I get into my other stuff, Spoon, do you want to quickly add anything to the intro for this week before I go into some other stuff? That was a short one, so.
Yeah, just with the Twitch, for anyone who's maybe watching afterwards on YouTube and isn't following our Twitch, we'd appreciate it if you come over and click follow on Twitch as well. We are 19 follower. We're at 31 followers, which is 19 away from the threshold to get affiliate on
Mm-hmm.
Twitch, and we would like to have that so we can have emotes and channel points and things like that. So
Okay.
yeah, we'd appreciate getting to that threshold on Twitch and beyond, of course, but that's
Yeah.
kind of the first milestone we're looking for.
Yeah. Thank you for adding that in there, Spoon. Appreciate it. So the last bit of intro is related to me personally. I'm not going to talk about it a bunch, but I will briefly sort of touch on it. This past week, starting last Friday, I've been running a charity week marathon. It's been going outstanding. There's really no words to express how well I think it's gone. The initial goal was $100, and everybody who's watched me or is involved with me has contributed in a really big way. Oh yeah, yesterday was my birthday too. I think tries pointing that
Yep.
out. Yesterday was my birthday. I don't really go crazy on that kind of stuff, but yeah, yesterday was my birthday, so I'm about I'm getting there. I'm 21 years old now. It's really exciting. Uh, getting there. um, Actually, I'm more like 32, so I'm getting there. But I think there's a couple things I just want to point out. Number one, my hair is not gray at all yet. Also, I have hair.
Yeah, you have
I
hair.
have hair. There are folks who are my age or younger that are losing their hair, and I have my hair. I don't think I'm getting wrinkles yet or anything. So there's a lot of positives going on here. This trend so far is really exciting. But yeah, this charity marathon's going great. We're supporting Monterey Bay Aquarium for it, and Spoon has been on it. He was on it yesterday with Melody and Memory. He'll be on it Friday with a KH2 Rando. I've been absolutely just exhausted from all of my streaming. This was on today. He did an unbelievable job with his Dark Souls 3 run and the attempted Valheim speed run. I say attempted because they got as far as they could, but they didn't get to the end game, which they were kind of hoping to get to. That was Vis and Dog. So it's been great. Just wanted to quickly touch on that. if anybody's interested and hasn't donated or wants to donate, or maybe you're seeing this after the fact, this particular event will go on for another 2 days after this. So be sure to stop by and support. Okay.
Twitch.tv/automaton1989.
Yep.
But
And the Tiltify I will put in the Twitch chat. I'll also throw it into the YouTube description if I remember that. Hopefully I will. Okay. So that's the intro. Our first order of business regarding all the news and such this week. Try, you can go ahead and fall asleep. I have Genshin news. As of yesterday, according to this article, I'm assuming it's true. The Genshin Impact has surpassed $1 billion in spending in less than 6 months following its official launch, September 28th, 2020. That's sort of the estimates are showing that. In the first 5 months, it generated $874 million from the App Store and Google Play. Again, that's App Store and Google Play.
yeah,
I want that to sink
mobile.
in.
That's mobile only.
That's mobile only.
Which
It's insane.
I guess I don't know what the demographics are in terms of what percentage is mobile versus PC. This feels like more of a PC game to me, but maybe there's probably is a huge mobile crowd. So
Yeah. But this is like absolutely unbelievable. This is like a multi-billion-dollar per year franchise, and it's gotten $1 billion on mobile alone in 6 months. That's all I wanted to point out. It's actually insane. This yeah, I think it is. Obviously, it is bigger for the mobile crowd from the eastern part of the world. But that being said, it's just like, I would not at all be shocked if there's a couple other devs who are seeing this and going, "Hey, what are we doing? what are we doing with this? This is a recipe for success. What are we doing?" This is like, you remember the MOBA craze, right? League of Legends, I think, rakes in like $2 billion a year, something like that. This rakes in $1 billion in 6 months from one platform. Now, I'm like, there's nothing. I don't even know how much Fortnite currently makes in a year now. Is there a possibility this makes more than Fortnite in a given year? Like, just think about that for a second. Like, Fortnite was the king. Fortnite is actually, you know what? Fortnite is still the king when it comes to money making single games as a battle royale. Do you think that this game, first of all, it's 6 months since $1 billion. We're not even accounting for the PC market and the PlayStation market. Is this game? It's going to eclipse 2 billion in 12 months. Is this a signal for things to come? As in, are other people going to do this?
I mean, we'll see. It's not like it's a gacha game. It's not like gacha games we know make a lot of money. Generally, you know, the Fate ones, Dragalia Lost.
No,
man,
not gacha games. I mean, like, this is a gacha game, but it's also open world, and
yeah. I mean, we'll see.
There's a bit more to it.
Yeah, no, this is the first time a studio has done a gacha game, but there's actually like a game as opposed. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
They
yes.
put a lot more effort into the game itself as to opposed to just the gacha system with iconic characters and you know, it's just kind of repetitive missions and stuff like that. There's a lot more effort that was put into the game here.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see if other devs are going to be like, oh, okay, we can just make a game. Maybe it's open world. Maybe they try something else entirely and slap a gacha on it with big titty anime waifus. And, you know, here we go.
I mean, there you go. I'm just, my only point is, again, $1 billion in 6 months. I'm not saying like everybody that does this model is going to make that much, right? But we know how AAA publishers think. Activision Blizzard saw this article, guarantee it, and they're like this.
Yeah, no, they're looking
like they're going crazy. The AAAs are going nuts right now, probably looking at this. They're like, wait, what's this? What is this? And I do think what's his name, the CEO of Activision.
Be Kotick.
Yeah, his name. He's like he who must not be named to me. I just don't want to name him. Um, like Bobby Kotick, I can guarantee you saw this article, got a half chub, and said, and he immediately made a phone call and he said, "Can we do this? Can we do this?" I guarantee you, he's thinking about it. But oh my goodness, poor Vis. Vis is here now, and he's oh my goodness, poor guy. But this is I
Interested. I'll be interested to see the next 3 months or so of Genshin and see if there's any downturn from the first 6 months approximately is what we got, because
right.
again, at least in my opinion, as we've talked about, the last couple of patches have been really lackluster.
They haven't.
I haven't played in like 2 weeks. I literally
I
haven't
agree with
even
you.
logged in.
I
The
agree
last
with
two
you.
patches I'm like, I'm not interested. I don't care. Like Rosaria looks cool, I guess, but I I don't care right now.
I mean, I agree with you. The last couple patches, I haven't done the stuff for this one that much. I told you there's a rhythm game. The rhythm
Yep.
game's not that bad actually. I kind of want to stream it, yeah, like at some point after I'm done with the charity thing and stream the rhythm game part. It's not that bad. The rhythm game part of this is pretty good. I mean, music in Genshin's good, so I was pleasantly surprised. The other mini game stuff is they're not that good. They're not very good at all. But the rhythm game is pretty good. So I
And
yeah.
there's been a bit of a downturn in terms of the like the Genshin YouTube content. Like I think some of the YouTubers have kind of are at least taking a break for now, like from doing Genshin content, because again, the last couple of patches have been
They've been lackluster.
pretty dry.
They've been
Pretty dry
lackluster.
and not a
That
lot.
that is true. I agree. That is true. And it's so funny because we talked about the leaks last week and how MiHoYo was really, angry about it. But those leaks are, they're good. They are good for your game in
Yep.
this case. Like
Yeah.
those leaks are good for your game, particularly when like you're leaking characters that people are interested in. Which I mean, more
More anime
more
waifus.
anime waifus. So I'm just like, okay, well, why wouldn't I mean like yeah, it leaks. You obviously nobody wants that in a perfect world, but it does help your game. It makes people think, okay, well, I guess like I'll be back soon, or like I'll be farming now to get to the content in the next league. So I just wanted to sort of point this out. So also there's this nice little chart. Where's Try Courage when we need him, so he can comment on the little graph that we have here. Months to first 1 billion in player spending on the App Store and Google Play. Does not include revenue from third-party Android stores in China or other regions. Okay, so there's that little note under there. I don't Lineage 2 Revolution. I feel like I've heard of this. 12 months. This is Clash Royale. 11 months. Lineage M. I assume that's similar to this one. Other Lineage game. 10 months. Pokemon Go. 9 months. 6 months. So that's incredible to me. That's the only reason why I found this yesterday morning when I woke up and checked all my news, and this was unbelievable. So wait. There's some more stuff. Hu Tao's introduction saw revenue rise to close to 13 million in a single day on March 2nd. Xiao's appearance was 15 million. And Genshin Impact generates $5.8 million a day
I
on
mean,
average.
it's not surprising that, the day a new character comes out with like when a new banner comes out, people go
Look at
crazy.
here's
Like,
something interesting. I want you to see this. Okay, Big Dong Jong was 15.5. Ganyu was close to 15. Chao was 15. Hu Tao was roughly 13. Albedo was 9.
yeah, people didn't like. I mean,
Apparently, people did not like him. I guess. uh, it's like it is. I do think this is reliable. We constantly have been seeing articles about Genshin Impact within a month has made hundreds of million and then hundreds of millions, and then in 5 months 874 million. Like I totally see this being true 100% if all those other articles are true. So any other thoughts, Spoon, before moving on to
so
some of our other
this
stuff?
is just kind of a funny meme, but I saw this on, it was probably Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
90% it was Twitter. Apparently, there's a piece of lore for Ganyu.
Yep.
If you go through her story,
Yeah, this made the
where
rounds. Yep.
like she has a part of her story where she like got eaten by some monster, but it couldn't swallow her because her hips were too wide.
I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. I had 3 people send me that. Try sent me that, and I had 2 other people send me that, and they're like, "Look at this. This is hilarious." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I had like 3 different people send that to me, and I was just like laughing about like, Mihoyo, come on, God, you really know.
Like we can see the character. We know she's got super
Like,
wide hips.
it's just like it's just funny. It's just funny. But yeah, I got like 3 different people sending me that. So, any other thoughts? But before moving on,
nope. Genshin still
Genshin.
being Genshin, making a lot of money.
Genshin makes money. Moving on, makes a lot of it. Genshin's almost making Fortnite money. Actually, like that's the crazy thing to me. I think Fortnite. I want to see the statistic. Could somebody like in the chat find out how much Fortnite makes in a month? There's been articles about it, but I think Genshin makes Fortnite money, and that's a scary thought because Fortnite Epic grew so massive because of Fortnite. Just like think of this. Like MiHoYo's gonna just like become this massive company as a result of this. We had an Xbox showcase at one point, a Microsoft showcase, where we saw this game, Scarlet Nexus. Scarlet Nexus is a some kind of action styled game. We don't know if it's a JRPG or if it's just an action.
I think it's an RPG. I think it's an action RPG. I could be wrong.
I'll play the audio from it. It's a weeb game. And I personally thought it was an Xbox exclusive, which shocked me, but it's not. This isn't.
Yeah, it's been showing up in all the Xbox conferences, so you just kind of assume, but it's actually not.
It's not exclusive.
Microsoft just must be like paying some money to help market it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, indeed.
Kasane Randall, my power is psychokinesis. Pleased to meet you.
I mean it's a
Quit barking then.
yeah, anime style. Again, I think it's an action RPG. It's made by Bandai Namco. It's got this weird. I'm not really sure what to. I guess the world looks like a bit post-apocalyptic. And you've got these like psionic powers going on with this game. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I like the art style. Hard to say about the gameplay because we haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
or we haven't seen, and there hasn't really been any lengthy gameplay demonstrations of it either. We've just had these trailers for the most part. So, I mean, if your gameplay looks bad in a trailer, you have a problem. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's again, it's not an exclusive to Xbox, even though it keeps getting advertised through that way, through like Microsoft events and such. It's not. It is coming to PlayStation, and it'll be on PC, obviously. The only thing I don't know is I don't think it's on Switch. I don't think it's coming out on Switch.
No, I don't think for Switch.
So, so yeah.
But yeah, this was the I guess we didn't say, but the announcement was that it got a release date, which is June 25th.
Fairly soon. Soon.
3 months basically. So yeah, this one's on the horizon. I'll be looking out for it. Summer release, which is always nice. Usually summer is a little dry in terms of game releases, so having a few things over the summer is always nice to have.
Yep. Oh, speaking of other games, by the way, just like a side note for like I'll like 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. I'm gonna bring it over here. So during the charity marathon and before that, I was playing this game 20XX. It's like a Mega Man style roguelike. It's super fun. The next iteration of it is in early access on Steam. So I would highly recommend this game. It's very fun. I just discovered this was on early access since last month. This is a really good game. So if anybody's like seen me play 20XX and is at all interested, the next iteration of it is actually out. It came out February 17th, and it's already been received positively, like very positively in this case. So I just wanted to add that tidbit. I completely had forgot about it until just now. So, but back to Scarlet Nexus. Any other thoughts on Scarlet Nexus? I mean, like, I don't know. I need to see more. I need a demo. That's what I need, actually. I need a demo.
Yeah, a demo would be nice, or again, some more extensive like gameplay demonstration type trailers, or yeah, I need to see some like hands-on preview type trailers, or articles or whatever with this game. Because yeah, I mean, most games look good with a normal doctored trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if your game looks bad with a promotional trailer, you have a really big problem.
And we've seen that before. If you
Yeah.
recall the like that weird MMO game that had no frames. It was a
Oh
presentation.
yeah.
I forgot what it
Yeah.
was, but it was not a good one. That was not a good one. So yeah, but this game needs a demo. I feel like I would like to play a demo of this. It is to confirm it is in fact an action RPG. Something. Yeah, the other one was like something desert. Okay. Okay. I'll skip the 30XX thing. But again, like 20XX is very fun if you like Mega Man styled games. It's a good roguelike. I'm definitely gonna actually get this and play it at some point soon. Okay, next on the list is PlayStation or Sony Interactive bought EVO. They acquired EVO, and I I don't have an opinion on this. I'm going to be honest. I'm not really like into fighting games much anymore. I know that EVO is like the biggest fighting event. It's like the biggest
In the
championship
world.
series event
In
in
the
the
world.
world,
Yeah.
and I think that like I I don't know what Sony's going to do with it. This is one of the like there are some acquisitions you kind of like sit down and you think, okay, this makes tons of sense. The Microsoft Bethesda one makes tons of sense actually. Like immediately you could just integrate all Bethesda's games into your Game Pass. You can immediately, you know, start potentially getting some of those Bethesda games exclusive to you. It totally makes sense. I I'm not I don't understand this one fully. I mean, like I get the idea of like, okay, PlayStation wants some kind of like body to help run any sort of competitive events, but Evo isn't not all the games at Evo are specific to Sony. I would imagine like they're not all like PlayStation games. Like Smash is in this particular event, so I'm like a little bit confused. But I don't. I'm obviously missing all the pieces, so I would like to know like what you think of this spoon more than myself, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not super into fighting games or the fighting game community either, so I I'm not sure my opinion is much different than yours, but yeah, this is an interesting acquisition. I mean, I saw, Evo didn't happen last year because of COVID, and then they had that scandal with that one of the top guys had some weird like I, I want to say it was like sexual misconduct.
Yes, let's
The
just stick with
details
that.
the
Yep, let's just
details
stick
were
with
weird.
that.
The details were weird. We won't go into it. That's
Yep.
fine. So Evo didn't happen last year because of that, but they got rid of that guy, and I assume they were planning on having an event. I assume they're gonna have an event this year. It's usually in August, I want to say, when they do it. Um, and yeah, I there was some people on Twitter are like, "Oh, they're gonna kick Smash out of Evo," which we talked about briefly. That would be a horrible decision
That would be a
by
really bad
Sony.
idea. Yeah.
Sony would get crucified if they did that, because Smash is probably the most popular game that is at Evo. Um, and yeah, I mean, Evo is super popular. It's gets huge viewership online on Twitch when it's live. They I assume there are, if you go to the event, you have to buy tickets to spectate. I
Mm-hmm.
assume if you want to enter in the tournament, there's maybe an entry fee. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know because I've never attended. I've known a few people who said they were gonna go like enter into Evo for Smash. They weren't like professional fighting game player. They were casuals, but they're like, yeah, okay, we can just go and play and see what happens.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I mean, people like to just enter for fun. And yeah, I mean, it's a huge event. Again, I don't know where the revenue comes from. You know, there's obviously the ticket sales and the Twitch, and
I guess sponsors or advertisers as well.
yeah, we'll see. Since Sony is like a bigger company, there was at least one year where they showed Evo on like ESPN2 or something like that. At least a part of it. I think it was the
Sure.
finals or something.
Sure.
Man, Twitter that day was an absolute fiesta around that.
I assume they didn't like it, right? I just
mean,
assumed they didn't like it.
There were two sides of it. There was the side of it who people were like, ugh, I'm watching ESPN and they're showing video games. This is for sports. F that.
Yeah, of course. Of course, there's that group. And then there's the other. I'm sure there's the other group. The other side is just like, oh yeah, this is cool. Like more exposure. Nice.
Yeah, and then there's the other side, which is
there's
more exposure. And it was ESPN too. It's not like it was like the main ESPN channel. It was the finals also, like the last hour or two.
Yeah, sure.
And only for Street Fighter as well. I think it was not that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course there were salty jocks who were like, whatever.
Which is so funny because like I don't want to get into it, but it's just like okay, like I understand that sports. Like ESPN is supposed to be a sports network, and this doesn't look like sports. But ESPN, ESPN plays high school football occasionally. I understand it's like high competitive, like best high school teams. ESPN2 plays a lot of different things. Okay, and when there's nothing like that happening, particularly if it's like something like COVID, yeah, they're probably going to branch out and find stuff to put on their show.
Dude, they have freaking like fishing on ESPN.
They have fishing, yeah, just like full stop. Don't you dare tell me sports when fishing is on there. Like fishing is fine, it's fine. It's relaxing. It's great. And if you're someone that likes to just like, if you like to take fishing more seriously, cool. But don't give me the sports and then be like, hey, okay, like. Come on, guys. Like, you guys have tons of different stuff on here. Adding one more isn't killing you. And unless you want to watch, like, I guess, an old, like, one of sometimes ESPN will roll, like, an old game when there's nothing they want to put on or something like that.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
The point I was trying to make, though, with Sony is, like, Sony's a bigger company. They have more money. Maybe there'll be more advertising, more possible for...
Sure.
TV deals and other stuff like that for Evo.
Yeah.
Well, no, maybe there will be more than one event a year. Also, again, Sony has more money. They have more
they might be able to make a circuit.
So yeah, we'll just see what they do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if they're making a purchase, it made sense to them that they could, make money off of making this purchase. So we'll see what they do with it.
Sure.
And yeah, I don't think they're gonna. I mean, Tri already said they confirmed that they're not gonna kick any games out of Evo.
Right.
That would be a really stupid decision.
Oh, that would be
really bad.
Incredibly poor decision. So, okay, I don't have any other thoughts. So, let's stick with acquisitions, or at least acquisition talk. I'm gonna move the Microsoft Discord thing. So, Microsoft reportedly. Is having conversations with Discord over a 10 billion plus acquisition. Discord's valuation is like extremely high, and I mean, I see this one is where with Sony and Evo, I can see like somehow that partnership working out. If Sony, I think it would make sense if Sony puts a cash infusion and does like a circuit with Evo. This one, I do think it makes sense, but it makes sense for Discord. I don't know what Microsoft's going to do with this, but it makes sense for Discord to get bought by someone like Microsoft. And here's why. Discord doesn't know how to make money. They literally don't. They don't know how to do it. They tried different things. They couldn't do it. Microsoft knows how to make money.
Yeah.
Microsoft,
No,
they just got like swimming pools of money. So this makes sense for Discord because somebody at Microsoft is going to sit down with them and say, okay, here's all the ways we can make money with you. Let's go through how we can do that. Because Discord's current monetization is, hey, will you give us $5 and in return we'll let you have an animated profile picture? Obviously, it's more than that. But my point is the perks of paying for Discord are not valuable enough. And so Discord, I imagine they just don't make as much as they possibly could if they had a better value proposition to give to not just gamers at this point, because now they're more of like they're a multi-service application trying to hit all different, all these different customers, we'll say.
Yeah.
I will say that, okay, I already saw Try put it in the chat. Microsoft botched Skype really badly, and Microsoft obviously has botched other acquisitions before. There's a counter argument to that, though. There are several other acquisitions that Microsoft hasn't botched. For example, Microsoft bought a website called GitHub. GitHub hasn't been screwed over yet. GitHub is like one of the main sources where developers can put various different bits of code and things like that. Like this, GitHub is an excellent application for developers. Microsoft bought that. They haven't done anything wrong with it.
Microsoft just needs. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. Microsoft needs. It would help Discord make more money because, from what I've heard, Discord does not make money actually at all. They're actually like in the red, and they, this is why, and that these talks were very preliminary. It was like Discord sort of went out there saying, hey, we're either looking to sell or maybe go public, something, but they're trying. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Public is bad. Public, it makes sense to go public, but public is bad. Like especially when you're in the red consistently.
Again, they're looking for options basically to help make more money. I think a sale makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
And I from what I heard, this article blew it out of proportion a little bit. Like this was imminent. This is not imminent at all.
Mm-hmm.
This is like preliminary talks. Discord is talking to Microsoft as well as a bunch of other companies. We don't have the details on which companies those are, but I'm sure it's the usual suspects.
Yeah, there's like a couple that I'm sure you go to first, and it's Microsoft, Amazon,
like Google.
Google.
Maybe Google. I don't know about Google, but
I mean, Google could obviously, maybe there's some interest. I'll just throw out Facebook. Facebook actually does make sense. Facebook's gaming initiative is decently sized. There are some usual suspects that make sense. Again, I think it's good. There are certain companies like, again, I think Microsoft would actually be an acquisition that could help Discord. Amazon, I'm sure, would be good as well. Although I want to point out when Amazon bought Twitch, Amazon meddled really big time. And when Amazon meddled, Twitch didn't exactly improve that much. They improved once Amazon stopped meddling as much, and they actually put in quality of life updates to Twitch that really did make a lot of sense. Like the first updates that Twitch got when Amazon bought them were bits. We got bits, which, like, when did Amazon meddle? Twitch is like first couple years when Amazon first purchased them, you could just see it. Bits were introduced, and it was apparent that Amazon was at least involved with the process of how Twitch was monetizing, which again, normally it's a good thing. Normally you want the acquirer to come in and help. What's wrong with Bits? There's nothing wrong with Bits. They're just not that great. In my opinion.
They're so overpriced, it's not even funny.
They're just not great. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. They're just not great. And we even like went to, at one point I went to a TwitchCon, and there was this round table with I don't remember his name, but they were talking about it. They were just talking about, okay, well, we got to a point after the first couple of years of the Amazon acquisition, and we then started to focus again on making Twitch as a platform better.
Yeah, better.
I wish I remembered who was at that conference specifically. It was like one of the founders of Twitch. But my point is, like, would Amazon be the end all be all if they acquire Discord? No, of course not. I'm sure they would actually help Discord's monetization troubles. But my point is, there's always a danger. Like Microsoft could do the same thing. Microsoft could meddle heavily. Actually, when Microsoft meddles, they end up kind of screwing things up. So your hope is that when the acquirer comes into Discord, they just go, okay, we're just going to show you how to monetize, and then we're going to like sort of let you do your own thing after that.
Leave everything else alone. Leave the way Discord works. Don't change Discord. Like we like Discord. We really like Discord. It's a great app.
Discord's a good tool.
Don't change the way Discord works. If you want to add more ways to make money, and I don't know what those options are, whatever, fine. But do not change the base functionality of Discord.
Yeah. That's the only worry, is the acquirer comes in, they dig their hands in. EA is actually the worst case of this. When EA digs, they dig in deep. So EA is the worst case of like an acquirer coming in and just going, okay, we're gonna put our entire hand into, we're gonna really make this ours. And
yeah, EA seems like they do a like it's my way or the highway type thing. It's like, no, you're gonna do it this way. You're gonna put in microtransactions. You're gonna put in multiplayer.
Right.
You're gonna do this and this and this.
Yeah, and that's a case of like bad meddling. EA's like that kid that says my germs, licks his finger, and then puts it in the cake. That's EA, but it like a far worse, light. But yeah, no, I do think that Amazon meddled with Twitch for like at least a couple years, and then they stopped doing it as much, and Twitch started putting more like quality of life updates to the platform that weren't just directly monetizable. So but I think Discord does need to get bought, and somebody needs to sit down with them and go, okay, here's how you're going to make money, because right now you don't. So, but yeah, I mean, Discord is a good tool. So hopefully, if something like this happens, it just like improves and helps.
Yeah. And again, from everything I heard, this is not an imminent purchase. This is very much preliminary talks, and we'll see where it goes from here, or if it happens at all.
Okay. Next on doc, we have. I'll let you take this one. I have zero stake in Shin Megami Tensei. I have zero stake in it.
Yeah,
I know nothing about this. I'll let you handle it.
There's not a lot to say. This is another kind of like Scarlet Nexus. This was just a release date announcement. I think we knew it was coming at least sometime this year, or probably in the spring, is what we had before. And they just announced the release date, May 25th, for Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne HD. This game I have not played. It was an old PS2 RPG, I think, and it's kind of a cult classic from what I've heard. And yeah, I don't know much about it. It's Shin Megami Tensei, which is the Atlas series. Persona is technically a part of it, or because Persona used to be Shin Megami Tensei Persona, and then they kind of made it its own thing and just called it Persona. But technically, Persona is part of Shin Megami Tensei series. And this is, again, there's mainline Shin Megami Tensei, and I don't think technically this is, because it's SMT3 Nocturne. Again, I did not follow the series back in the day on the PS2, so yeah, I don't know much about this game either, but again, this was more of just a, hey, here's a release date announcement for this game.
For the remaster. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, like I said, I know nothing about this series, and
yeah, it's supposed to be good. As I said, it's from what I've heard, this game's a bit of a cult classic. So, I may or may not check it out when it comes out. We'll see.
Okay. Alrighty then. Next on the list, okay, it's from a Marvel's Avengers tweet, but it's not actually Marvel's Avengers. So again, if you're a fan of the game and you somehow stumble upon this, you're like, hey, you guys make fun of it a lot. This is not making fun of Marvel's Avengers. This specifically came up when the DLC for Marvel's Avengers and when the next-gen console version of this game came out. There were some issues migrating saves from PS4 to PS5. And this ended up being the instructions to transfer. Keep in mind, the cloud exists. Okay, now that I've said that. So, in order to transfer data from your PS4 to PS5, you So again, transferring data won't overwrite or delete data on your PS5 or PS4 console, but if you want to get the information from one console to the other for a specific game like Marvel's Avengers, this is the process. You have to prepare the data transfer on your PS4. You got to do like a couple steps here. You got to sign in, update the software, sync and everything. You got to both devices have to be connected to the internet. Again, the cloud exists, and you have to, you'll connect them up, and you can either do that through the network or you can do I guess a LAN cable, and then you end up doing the data transfer from there. So you'll go to your PS5 console, settings, systems, all this, data transfer continue, select the PS4 data and all this, and and so on and so forth. This like again this sort of process I find very interesting. It's like, it's just like really, really interesting. I don't understand why this is the system to do a transfer of data. Like the cloud's a thing, like we use the cloud for cloud saving all the time. I understand that I think PlayStation Plus has cloud saving. Well, why wouldn't you just give people the ability to cloud save for this specific issue? Like, this issue is going to happen, and that's because you've paywalled the cloud saving and all that, which I don't, again, but this problem is easily resolved. It's called using the cloud for your save data, and then that makes it easier to pull.
Yep. Which exists, which you mentioned. It exists for Sony, but you have to pay for PlayStation Plus in order to get cloud saves.
Which is ridiculous.
So.
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous, but you know what? All the power to them if they want to monetize it. But this issue is easily resolved, and it's called the cloud. And I'm just like, I found this, and I was just thinking the whole time, like, why is this the process to do this? This shouldn't be the process at all.
No, this feels like the process, transferring data from last gen to this gen, if that was a thing, if you want to transfer from PS3 to PS4, this feels like what you would have to do.
Yeah, like it's just it came up again because Marvel's Avengers, the next gen release was coming out, and this issue came up, and I was just reading this personally, and I'm like, okay, this is so stupid. This is so dumb. Why is this the way to do this? So I'm just like, I was just laughing about it, and I know we talked about it off Podcast Spoon, but it's just like, the cloud, like Sony, let people use the cloud